ladies, and I'm speaking to my single ladies to be exact, right? You do not have to date 1,000,001 different types of men to know what you want, to know if he's the one, right? Or simply even just because you're single. And I'm speaking to myself too, because like this is some of the advice that I was given, like coming back, into the dating pool after 4 years, right? And even in that, like maybe the ending of last year, beginning of this year, like I was in the dating pool really brief, like really for a brief second, right? And I just say all of that to say there is a difference between just being single and being prepared for marriage. Like you will know the difference. God will speak to you. Like he will place it on your heart. Like even for me, like dating, the experience that I came across, they were pretty wild. And for me, it was surprising because y'all don't go crazy on me in the comments, but I came across two young millennial pastors, terrible, probably worse than any, I don't know, but they were pretty bad, right? They were worse than some of these men that are in the world, right? So I came across two pastors and a regular guy, right? But the pastors trumped this guy, like behavior absolutely disgusting, right? But anyway, for me, I know like God was calling me back in. Let's go back in, right? You thought you was finna be outside, but because I'm preparing you for marriage, he was fine-tuning me. Like he was showing me the things about me that I still needed to work on, right? And the things even my discernment, right? To recognize and to spot like that I'm not sitting in or staying in circumstances, dating, where I could just walk away, right? And so it was just like I was instantly seeing the red flags. As before, it's like when you don't know what you're looking for, you open to anything, right? And so with being open to anything, like there's no fear of the Lord there, right? So anytime there's no fear of the Lord in any situation, there's room, there's doors, there's altars to find yourself in sin. There's open doors when there's no fear of the Lord, right? So he was just like showing me all of these things. I'm talking about like in an instant, right? And even when he was just like, okay, let's go back in the house, like done with that. It wasn't like I was mad at him like, dang, Lord, I want to be outside. I didn't even try to like negotiate or argue with him. I went back into consecration mode, preservation mode, because I knew, you're going to know, right? And it's just like, you don't have to date 1,000,001 people to know that. And yes, it's a great experience, right? To date, right? To get to know yourself in that type of setting and intimate way, with a male. For me, it took me 4 years to even get back outside after my daughter, 4 years of nothing. I'm talking about straight consecration with my father, healing, right? Deliverance, abstinence, all of that, right? Nothing, not even talking to another male, right? Nothing, nothing. It was different and it was interesting, just getting to know myself like that again, because a lot changed about me after giving birth to my daughter, so I get that part. But to say, and for people to even advise, like you should date to get to know yourself, because being in consecration and being disciplined, right? Allowing yourself to surrender to God's will. You should have already done that in a secret place anyway. If you didn't grow in 4 years, Kiera, like if you didn't grow, it doesn't take for a male to do that for me. I should have already done that anyway. What was I doing these 4 years? Why did the Lord call you away to consecration, to isolation? Like, ask yourself, what have you been doing? Because in stepping back out and dating again, it's going to tell you. It's going to tell you exactly what you've been doing. Because a lot of people, we like to say like, okay, I haven't been in sin, I haven't did this and that, right? But You hadn't been in a space to do it. You've been in consecration, so you haven't been in a space to do it. So now that I've brought you in it, can you even be trusted while you're in it? It's going to expose you. You know, being back in the dating pool is going to expose you, you know. And granted, there was still some loose ends that God was showing me that I still had to tie up, right? But when I tell you, like, it's the best feeling in the world to know that I'm not disappointing God, right? That I'm not going against God, that I'm not compromising on something that I know is sin because I'm feeling peer pressure, right? That I do not struggle with lust, that I'm able to walk away from a situation and not compromise when I say, no, I want to wait till marriage to have sex and not be looked at crazy and not be talked into, you know, like, y'all know what I'm talking about, ladies. And it feels so, I mean, when I tell you, like, it's the best feeling in the world. When I sleep at night, to know that I'm honoring God, to know that I'm not trying to teach my daughter to be one way and I'm doing something else opposite. The best feeling in the world to know that I'm walking in my purpose, that I have stepped into the purpose that God has for me, and I'm not looking for a man to give me purpose, because my Father has already given it to me. And all of these things I did not know. Before my last relationship, like 4 years ago, I was literally somebody else. 5 years ago now, you know, but I was literally a whole different a person without Christ, lost, right? I didn't know any of these things, so I'm just conforming into so nobody won't leave me. I was folding, like, up under the pressures of that sin to keep somebody or to make somebody happy. And so it's I'm telling you, ladies, it's the best feeling in the world. And not everybody, you know, is in this season. I'm speaking specifically to the ladies who like, you know, when God has called you to marriage, you do not have to date 1,000 different men to know that. Like, you have no points to prove. Trust God. Nothing against the apps or anything like that, but I don't even believe you got to get on those to, like, I'm trusting my Father. And I'm not saying, please do not go crazy in the comments, because I'm not saying that some people do find true love, but I am literally, like, I'm trusting God. And it feels amazing even to be just like in a posture, because I know a lot of women, they like, all men are the same. You know how we do. All men are the same. All men cheat. All men do. No, I still believe in love. And me being able to do that comes from forgiveness. It's forgiveness to myself and to the people who've hurt me and to the men who have hurt me in the past. I had to forgive myself, though, too. You know, a lot of us have to forgive ourselves, because I used to be like, how you let them do you like that? You goofy, you silly, you stupid, like, you weak, Kiera. How you let them do you? You cannot control how nobody decides to treat you, right? You can't control what people actions or whatever gonna do. You can't create a space to not be disrespected on what you're not gonna tolerate, but you cannot control when people want to hurt you. Just learning how to create those boundaries. I mean, isolation and consecration with my Father has taught me so much. And for the ladies who you do desire to be married, you tired of going in circles and circles and circles with men, try God. Or do you even obey God? Or are you so caught up in having a man and having that attention and rejecting the deliverance God is trying to do for you and being alone? I know a lot of women that cannot be alone. And rejection will do that for you, that you just have to have somebody. You cannot be alone. Are you rejecting the deliverance that needs to take place because you're so stuck on not being alone? Like, you're wanting to go into a relationship broken. Your relationship with Christ is broken. So how can you think you're going to thrive in a relationship with another individual as a broken vessel? And don't let them be a broken vessel too. Like, it's chaos. Take it from me. Like, it's chaos. It's chaos. You don't want that. Allow God to clean you up before you get what I'm saying? Cause trust me, he not gonna give you to one of his. He not gonna give you to one of his chosen ones, his chosen vessels, for you to mistreat them, for you to like you. You're not. You're not gonna get. You're not. Why would he do that? Let's commit to working on you first. Ruth was in the field. I know a lot of us like to say, oh, I'm waiting on my Boaz. But Ruth was in the field. She wasn't even worried about Boaz. She was in the field. What are you working on for you individually? Because marriage is just not, it's just not to have matching clothes on and to post pics together. Like, it's literally to advance the kingdom. What purpose will you guys collide and bring together? What is God doing? For purpose, to establish purpose for you, the both of you to fulfill. You don't have no purpose and he got purpose, and you trying to thrive off his purpose, thrive off your own. What work are you doing, friend? What work are you working on in yourself? What is your purpose? Have you even established your own purpose first? Or are you trying to thrive off his? Are you trying to meet somebody to give you some purpose? Like, no, that's not how it works. But I just wanted to share that, ladies. Be patient in the waiting, because I rarely, kind of really like talk about personal things. But I am waiting as well, right? But there's a difference between waiting and being prepared for marriage. You will know the difference. You do not have to date constantly. You will know. God instantly revealed. And some of us, you may even know who your spouse is. He just ain't confirmed it to your spouse yet. And that's not your job to do either. Let God do. It's everything is in his timing. Let God do what he gonna do. But let's commit to working on ourselves first, ladies. Let's commit to working on that first. Trust me, I know it is hard. It is not an easy thing to do. This is not something that's easy to wait, on your person, on your spouse. It's not. But I know it's going to be so worth it, But let's not wait in a desperate place. Let's not wait in a thirsty place, especially to the single mothers, to fulfill this thing of family. Because that was a thing I struggled with before. But even now, like having to restore my foundation by surrendering to Christ, I see so many couples and I'm just like, God is not even in a household at all. So what is it to be married and for two to be, and God is not even at the foundation of your home? As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. I don't know what y'all doing, and that's not none of my business, but I'm just like, I just can't help but to be thankful, right? On choosing to follow God and choosing to obey God when it crushed me. When the idea of knowing, because you don't want to believe, I know a lot of us, you don't just sign up to say, oh, okay, I'm going to be a single mom. Like, some women do, because some women, I don't know. But most of us, we don't sign up to be a single mother, and I know, like, coming back from that and even coming to the realization and acceptance of that is crushing. But do not be so desperate, right, to want a family that's the only reason why you want a spouse or a mate. Having a spouse is for the kingdom, to advance the kingdom. What purpose will you guys fulfill together? But I love you guys so much with the love of Christ. You guys take care and have a great afternoon.